Yo, what's going on YouTube? Doom49 here, bringing you a Battlefield 3 commentary, and I got a lot to tell you guys, and a lot of people I see keep telling me that jets don't help the guys on the ground, and some people even start crying about it, saying, hey, get out of the jet and start playing the objective. But I'm going to be showing you guys how I play the jet and dominating not only the skies, but I also help dominate the ground to help my team win. And you guys will see here at the end of the game the score that I get and the KD that I get. So anyway, things I got to point out to you guys is look in the bottom left. That's using air radar. That's how it looks like a circle. You guys got to unlock it while flying the jets. Another thing you can do is if you don't have the air radar, you can hit your M key, which will make the map bigger, and then hit N, and that'll change the view, and you can just toggle through the views and just fly around with that. But until you unlock air radar, it really makes you dominant in the sky when you have that air radar. Now, as you can see here, I can see everything that's happening on the mini map right there on the bottom left. I do have a guy on my tail, but look at how I maneuver through this. I'm going to quickly maneuver to the side and try to get on this guy, and I'm going to be explaining to you guys how you do these sharp turns later on. Look at that, I get this guy, but pay attention to the minimap. There's one more guy, and I start flying around, but look at that, I quickly go into that third-person view. Now, the only reason I do that is when he gets out of my cockpit view, I have to go into that third-person view to see him. Now, I know a lot of you guys who use the mouse like to right-click and move the head around, but personally, I prefer going into the third-person view because I can still have control on my jet while I can see where they're going. And right there, I finally took him out. And the thing I want to point out to you guys is, if you're wondering how the heck am I making a sharper turn than he is, pay attention to the top left there. You'll see a little square, rectangle there actually, and pretty much you want to keep that's your speed. And what you want to do is you want to keep it at around 300 to make those sharp turns. And another thing I want to talk to you guys about is my setup that I'm using. So I'm using air radar, rocket pods, I believe that's what it's called, but it's rockets as far as I can say, and I'm using flares. Now, what you want to do is with these rockets, you can hit out the tanks and you can hit out the helis, and they work really well for distance shots. And if you notice there, I did a vehicle disable, and I didn't go to continue the kill with the regular bullets that the gun has. And the reason being is I feel very confident with the rocket pods, because once I maneuver out of the way, I can quickly come back in, and look at that, got the kill, and pretty much destroyed the vehicle. And that's the beauty of these rocket pods. You don't have to go in and complete the kill with the bullets, and I'll show you later on when you do want to go in and complete the kill with the bullets. But for the most part, if you guys notice at my speed, I'm also keeping an eye. It's hard to explain, but what you want to do is you want to keep an eye on your speed and keep an eye on how to where the enemy's going for your shots to go at, and just lead your bullets and you'll get them. And I finally get hit right here. I don't know how that rocket got by my flares, but if you look at my mini-map, I'm trying to maneuver out of the way of that jet and try to land, but it's too late. I get taken out. But I'm going to switch it up here, and I'm going to be talking about to you guys some Conquest gameplay and how to pretty much dominate on the ground on Conquest for capturing the flag. And right here I'm playing as the engineer. I believe I'm using the 2002 weapon. I don't even know if it's the KH 2002, but I'm going around, and what I want to explain to you guys is, as you're playing it, trying to capture a flag, when you know that flag is already capped, as you can see right here, you have to clean your environment. As I see those three guys take them out, quickly take out my pistol and shoot that guy. And if you notice, it's got a flashlight on it. I really like using the pistols with that, with the flashlight on it, because it acts as like a second measure to stun them a bit if they don't know what's going on. And it also, another thing I want to point out to you guys is when you pull out your pistol, make sure to keep hitting your trigger finger, because it will make that bullet shoot a lot faster even before that animation ends. So that's a big tip I can tell you guys, and I finally get taken out here. But as you can see, we did completely take out that flag into neutral and practically cap it. So what I want to tell you guys about playing the Conquest is run around and make sure to be on the move, looking out for those enemies to take them out. But I'm switching it up back here, and I'm flying the jet, and you can see here, I helped my teammate take out that helicopter. And when you go in for a kill, make sure you hold your backwards key to reduce your speed. So really, it's all about speed and knowing when to control your speed and maneuver. Right there, again, got another vehicle disabled, and I'm moving out of the way. And here's what I want to tell you guys. A lot of you guys say, hey, Stingers are really annoying, they take us out real easy. Well, that's what you got the flares for, and you need to be able to maneuver and stay as far as you can out of the combat to get away from that. But the other thing a lot of people seem to complain about is the mobile anti-air, being the Tunguska and the Lav AD, and that's what's locking onto me right here. If you can see from that tank right there, those two rockets are coming at me, and I quickly hit it with my rocket pods, and look what I do right here. I quickly get out of the way. I stay a bit low, but I keep myself level to him. And by level, I mean I don't give him much of my body of the jet to see for him to kill me. And look at that, I remember exactly where he's at. Quickly do my quick maneuver on that, turn around and take him out. Now this is the thing I want to point out to you guys, and this is a big tip for you guys that you guys got to remember. When you're playing it in the jet and flying around to help your team on the ground, and by the way, there's a jet on my tail right now, which is what I'm maneuvering out of the way from, if you can tell from the mini-map. And anyway, going back into this, for flying the jet, what you want to do for taking out the guys on the ground is as you do that quick turn, and by the way, I hold my backwards key, I hold my A key, so I get that turn in there, and I turn with my jet sideways on the turn right there. As you can see, I'm turning sideways, hold my A and my backwards key, get that nice turn, and keep holding on to the backwards key, and then start spotting out what's going on the ground. And this is something I want to point out to you guys. This is the biggest thing I can tell you guys. Pay attention to what you spotted, and I don't mean that by some random thing I'm saying here, but what I mean is when you spot out the tanks, the Tunguska or the Lav AD will look as the smallest tank, and you guys will see it right here. This is what's locking onto me right now. As I turn around right here, I'm going to be spotting. I see a tank right there. Look at this. I start shooting it, and pay attention to the right. It's a small tank. That small tank is actually the Tunguska shooting at me. Now, I did take out that the other tank. I believe it's the Abraham tank. And watch what I do. I start getting as much distance as I can from that tank, because its guns from that Tunguska will do a lot of damage to me. But look at this. As I maneuver back around and start shooting at it with my rockets, it takes it into vehicle disable a lot quicker than it would any other tank. So that's another way you can tell if you're shooting at an anti-air tank. But the biggest thing I can tell you is after you shoot at it, remember where it's at. And this is what I mean about knowing when to switch to your gun, because I knew he was out of the tank repairing it. I quickly switched my gun and went right for him to take him out. I didn't get the vehicle to blow up, but I did get him. And I'm going to be taunting him with the chat, if you guys can notice right there. But that's just how it is, because I really don't like the Tunguska, but it is funny, and you guys really got to do what I just said there to take him out. Now, the other thing I want to point out to you guys is the infrared scope is actually really overpowered, and it works really well. Not only are you able to see where everybody is, as you can see right here, but you're also able to hold your shift key and steady your aim, and that'll make your shots a hell of a whole lot more accurate. And that's what I'm doing right here, taking out these guys. And it's similarly, this is like Conquest, what I want to tell you guys about. When you're covering that MCOM, be on the move. Make sure to, if you know the enemy's in real close, make sure to keep moving and trying to take them out. Now I'm going to switch it back up here. This is the last bit I want to talk to you guys about. Take out that final tank there. And there was more to this footage that I wanted to show you guys, but you know what? It kind of started chopping up, lagging up a bit. And anyway, that sums it up, guys. So the biggest thing I want to tell you guys is make sure to know how to maneuver. Use the setup that I have, and if you don't have that, hit your M and then your N key. And pretty much look for the small tank on the ground, and that's what you want to take out. And make sure to help your team out a lot, being on the distance and using those rocket pods to take them out. And you guys should see the score here soon enough. And I think I got the best score on my team. I think it was also the best KD in the server, and that's just flying the jet and taking them out. I didn't want to keep that whole gameplay in there for you guys to see it all, because some parts were a bit boring of me just flying around and taking out guys, but I didn't die much, and you can see it right there. There's the KD and that score right there. Anyway, guys, I hope you got that all. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you around.